a huge Billy Joel fan. So,
dude, I love Billy Joel as well. I'm probably not as huge of a fan as you. I do love Billy Joel. I mean, fucking no doubt.
Yeah.
And when we were at Madison Square Garden, like we were just talking about, like seeing his banners,
of like 140 fucking consecutive shows.
I had no idea. That was my first time ever being in Madison Square Garden when we played.
Okay.
So like, and I walked the whole fucking. Did you walk it at all? Were you able to? Or
yeah, I went around a little bit backstage and got to check it out, and then after the show was over, just kind of looking around, being like, "This is crazy."
It is insane. Like the dressing rooms, like all the suites, they all have like their own thing. That skywalk up there, I'm terrified of heights.
Really?
I did the skywalk because there was nothing, like we were waiting around for everything to go up, you know, the unions in New York and everything like that.
Like 4 p.m. You're like, hey, we got doors an hour and a half. Yeah, we got lunch for 2 hours.
We had a
see ya.
we had a fill-in for our sound guy too. So we wanted to do a rehearsal. And we just we barely got like a little bit of a sound check in. But long story long, I'm walking around back there and I'm looking around at all this stuff and I see those banners and I was just like, so when you bring it up, I mean, he's going to put up another banner. He's going to put up another banner.
Yeah, it's like it's 150th consecutive sold out show, which is crazy. Like that's just nuts. He did a residency of like one a month for the last how many years? I think it was like a decade or something.
Yeah.
So I've seen him a couple times at the Garden and a few other places, but that's the one show I'm trying to get to just to close it out.
Dude, do you play piano then too, or
no? I wish.
Okay. I wasn't sure because I mean, you got to mess around with the keys a little bit.
I know my way around a keyboard. Like I figure out melodies and kind of do my thing at home, but like it's one of those things that's like a total like resolution every year of like I'm gonna learn piano and then just.
I have the same one, dude. I got this grand at my house that came from my mother, my mother's, sorry, my wife's. That's a weird Floridian
mother of my children. What I meant to say.
Thanks for picking it up there, Sullivan. But yeah, so from her family, we have this piano, and my son turned 7 last month, and I'm like, okay, that's the time I want to, but I have to get it all like cleaned up. I mean, it's dusty. Some of the keys ain't working, you know, but. And I tell myself I've had that thing for probably 8 years now. And I tell myself every year, I'm like, this is the year I'm going to get it cleaned up and I'm going to learn. Because, you know, I could fumble around some notes too, but I can't play piano.
Dude, it's just one of those things, like, if I'm being honest, I just want to be one of those dicks that flexes in airports and, like, sits down and plays Interstellar. Even if that's the only thing I learn is just...
I know one of those dicks. He happens to be on this tour. Sinister Gates, I'm talking to you, motherfucker.
I'm out on that one, but yeah, dude, just sit down and be like, oh, look at this in this beautiful Italian restaurant and freaking just thank you, everybody. Yeah, of course. I just want to be able to do that one time,
or just like at like a dinner party.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and just sit down and just everyone's just kind of drunk and they're just like, oh my god, looks at my wife, you're so lucky. And I'm like, yeah, babe, you're so lucky. Just as a reminder.
That's what they love. They love to be reminded of how lucky they are.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to do it for creative purposes. Be a total.
It's out of spite. It's out of
100%.
Yeah. Those are the best reasons, I think.
For being a musician, of course, dude. Someone's gonna clip that and it's gonna be terrible. There's gonna be like, they're both such assholes.
They're not wrong.
God, dude.
Back to the Piano Man, though.
Yeah.
What was your first Billy Joel record? That you fell in love with, or song?
My favorite song of all time is New York State of Mind by Billy Joel. That is my literal favorite song. A lot of my family's from New York, and every time my wife and I go, it's the best city on earth, and it's just, I don't know why it hits home, but it does. So that one. The first record, I mean, I heard Piano Man growing up from my dad, and Only the Good Die Young, Say Goodbye to Hollywood, all the hit kind of records, you know. But then once I kind of started to dive into the discography a few years back, it's like everything from And So It Goes, Vienna, The Stranger. Like the Stranger record is just so brilliant.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
The record I got into the most, I think, was Songs from the Attic.
Yeah.
That one had so many hits on it, man. So many hits.
Yeah.
Do you know all the words, and could you recite the verses to We Didn't Start the Fire, though?
Fuck no. All I know is just, it's the best line ever written is JFK blown away. What else do I have to say? That is the only line that matters in his entire discography.
That's fair. I just remember there's a movie Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade, and they're like on a road trip.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but like no, they're doing, the old school road trip, and every old school radio FM stuff.
Right,
of
course.
Whatever comes up, and sing the chorus. Everyone knows the fucking chorus.
Right.
But then the verse comes in, they start mumbling.
Bits and pieces. It's one of those I'm going to miss some words if I even try and embarrass myself. But it's just, it's what the first tour went Harry Truman, Doris Day, and then I'm like something, Johnny Bragg, fucking.
You already know more than me right there.
Marilyn Monroe's in the first line somewhere. Yeah.
There's a lot of pop culture. Amazing music video though. I remember as a kid it was on MTV all the time. You know? Like it was, which was kind of weird because, I mean, even at that time, Billy Joel was considered like an older rocker.
Oh yeah.
And for him to be like all over MTV, which was the new young hip thing,
like in the late '80s and '90s, was still just cruising on it.
So rad.
Just holding on to that curly fucking hair, just receding
as it keeps going.
Just like shit.
Hey, I ain't casting. I ain't throwing stones in a fucking glass house. I know what's happening back here.
Yeah, right, dude.